Hi, Rachel. Thanks for helping my project.
Absolutely.
Could you say a little bit about yourself?
So my name's Rachael. I'm an engineer at Johnson Space Center. I work in the Electronic Systems Test Lab, where we test radio communications for any crewed spaceflight, including the ISS, and now we're getting ready for Gateway.
What got you interested in space?
My dad, mostly. I grew up here in Houston, and we went to Space Center Houston as a kid, and I think I'm mostly interested in NASA, actually, and this is something I have to explain to my boyfriend as a difference, because he tries to buy me space-based video games.
Oh, wow.
And I like space, but more I like NASA. I like the culture that they have developed there. I like that they want to do big and great things. I like that it's like giving back to my country and things like that. So, yeah, that's what got me interested.
Like the history and the legacy.
Exactly.
You know, breaking frontiers and that type of thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
So this is probably a wasted question, but did you know that NASA is going back to the moon?
I did know that, yes. I know that we're trying to. We all have our, concerns, right? When this is the plan. Of all the plans, this is the most recent. But yeah, I did know.
And we got the furthest along. Actual hardware test flew last year.
We're so excited about Artemis 1 being such a success, and then Artemis 2 coming up shortly, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess, how many people in the public do you think know? Like, what percentage is your gut feel?
Oh, I don't know, 10%? I feel like nobody knows. Nobody knows that we're in space right now, with the International Space Station, which is personally my favorite program. But, so yeah, I don't know what we need to do to get people to hear us, but I don't think it's many people who know that we're going back to the moon. Yeah.
I feel like it's the way we get the news. You know, back in 1969, whenever Neil and Buzz landed on the moon, 3 network TV stations.
Yeah, not a ton of sources, right? Yeah, and everybody had the same source. Whereas now, you can get it from anywhere, and it'll be personalized for what they think you want to hear. So
exactly, you click on that one baseball link, and it's like
everything's baseball.
Everything's baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what do you think about us going back to the moon?
I'm super excited about it. I'm especially excited about getting more opportunities for space travel to people of color and to women, obviously. But I think the idea that we're going back to the moon and to stay, I think that's the difference between the Artemis program and the Apollo program. And I think there's a lot that we can learn there that will help us here on the ground, right? I think every astronaut that I've heard go to space, one of the things that's a very common theme when they come back, they talk about how if we could just get our politicians up there, there'd be a lot fewer. There'd be a lot fewer problems, right? Because it gives you perspective, and there's a lot of technology development that we do through the space program, obviously. And so I love going to space, but I'm also very concerned about the Earth. That's my primary goal. We have one big spaceship that we're all on and sharing together, and we need to take care of it. So I'm excited about us going to the moon for that reason, because I think it can help us a lot down here.
I often thought when space travel becomes cheaper and more frequent, maybe we could have a space station with the UN in it, and then you have all these delegates looking down.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I actually hadn't heard that before, but I like that a lot.
With a bad airlock.
And whenever you think about the future of humanity, 200 years out, what does it look like to you?
I don't have a lot of faith.
Oh, really?
No, I'm hopeful, but the realistic in me, I think humanity goes in cycles. I think our history has in general, and so it's going to be interesting to see how things pan out. I think we need to solve our culture problems, like our people issues and our wealth distribution issues, and that's the only thing that's going to help us keep history from repeating itself, right? You look at the great past civilizations, you look at the way the Chinese history has developed over time. There's been rises and falls of dynasties. European history has a lot of the same stories. So I think we're in the middle of that story right now, and it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out in the next 200 years. I kind of think things go in cycles, so we have an opportunity now to break that cycle, but we'll see. I don't think it's going to be a lot different, even with us going back to the moon and everything.
I guess the issue is the weapons used for each of those cycles. You start out with throwing rocks, and then spears, and then bows and arrows and guns, and now nuclear weapons.
Yeah,
so it's just
one step away from messing everything up for everybody. Yeah.
If you could, would you take a trip to space?
Actually, no.
Really?
Yeah. I'm super excited about space travel. I love sending people to space. I'm very happy to stay on the ground. I don't even particularly like taking off in an airplane.
Oh, okay.
I think I just am very much like, I like going outdoors. I like things that I can touch and feel and be in control of. So, yeah, I will happily send all of my friends to space, and I'll stay down here and take pictures.
And hear their stories when they come back.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, Rachel, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
Really
thank you very
appreciate
much.
it.
Yep.